The scarcity effect is a psychological trick that convinces you to act quickly by creating a sense of urgency. When people perceive something as limited, they instinctively want it more. This concept is rooted in our survival instincts. If something is rare, it must be valuable. How it works? Businesses use phrases like "only 3 left in stock" or "limited time offer" to make you feel like you'll miss out if you don't act fast. You may notice this tactic in online shopping, especially during sales events like Black Friday or Cyber Monday. The fear of missing out FOMO makes people purchase things impulsively. Imagine you're browsing for a pair of shoes online. You find one you like, but a message pops up saying, "Hurry, only 2 pairs left." Even if you weren't sure about the purchase, that warning creates pressure to buy before it's too late. How to outsmart it? Pause before making a purchase. Ask yourself if you truly need the item, or if you're being driven by the urgency created by marketing tactics. Often, the same product will be available later or at a better price. The anchoring bias occurs when people rely too heavily on the first piece of information they see, the anchor, when making decisions. How it works? You walk into a store, and a jacket is labeled as $200. Now $100, the original price of $200, becomes the anchor, making you perceive $100 as a bargain. Even if the jacket isn't worth $100, you're more likely to buy it, because you believe you're getting a deal. Think about car dealerships. When you walk in, the salesperson might start with a high price and gradually lower it. Even though the final price is still high, you feel like you're getting a good deal compared to the initial price. How to outsmart it? Compare prices across different stores and websites before making a purchase. Focus on the actual value of the product, rather than the discount. Social proof is the psychological phenomenon where people follow the actions of others, especially in unfamiliar situations. How it works? You're more likely to choose a restaurant with a long line of people outside than an empty one. Businesses display customer reviews and testimonials to encourage others to make purchases. Think about YouTube videos. When a video has millions of views, you're more likely to click on it, because you assume it must be worth watching. Similarly, products on Amazon with thousands of reviews seem more trustworthy. How to outsmart it? Don't let the crowd dictate your decisions. Take time to evaluate whether a product or service truly meets your needs, rather than relying solely on what others are doing. The framing effect occurs when the way information is presented influences your decision, even if the core information remains the same. How it works? Imagine 2 yogurt labels. One says 90% fat-free, and the other says contains 10% fat. Although they convey the same information, the first one sounds healthier because of how it's framed. Politicians and marketers use the framing effect all the time. For example, a politician might say, "Unemployment is down by 5%, while their opponent says, 95% of people are still unemployed. Both statements are true, but they evoke different emotions. How to outsmart it? Look beyond the wording. Focus on the facts and numbers, and question how the information is being framed to influence your perception. The reciprocity principle makes people feel obligated to return a favor when someone does something for them. How it works? Companies give away free samples because they know you'll feel inclined to buy the product afterward. You're more likely to donate to a charity after receiving a small gift, like a free pen or sticker. Think about a salesperson who offers you a free consultation or a free trial. You feel a subtle obligation to buy something in return because they've given you something for free. How to outsmart it? Recognize when someone is using reciprocity to influence you. You're not obligated to make a purchase just because you received a freebie. The IKEA effect refers to the tendency to overvalue things you've put effort into creating. How it works? People feel more attached to furniture they assemble themselves, even if the process is frustrating. This effect extends beyond physical objects to tasks and ideas. You're more likely to defend your ideas if you've invested time and effort in them. Imagine you spend hours cooking a homemade meal. Even if it doesn't taste great, you're likely to think it's better than it is because you put effort into it. How to outsmart it? Be mindful of when you're overvaluing something just because you invested effort. Consider seeking objective feedback to get a clearer perspective. The endowment effect makes people value things more simply because they own them. How it works? You're more likely to overprice your car when selling it because you're emotionally attached to it. People hold on to items they don't use anymore because they perceive them as more valuable than they are. Think about someone who refuses to sell their old smartphone, claiming it's worth more than what buyers are offering. They overvalue it simply because it's theirs. How to outsmart it? Detach your emotions from items when making decisions. Ask yourself if you'd pay the same price for the item if you didn't already own it. Loss aversion is the tendency to prefer avoiding losses over gaining equivalent gains. How it works? People feel more pain from losing $100 than pleasure from gaining $100. This is why businesses offer money-back guarantees. It reduces the fear of loss and encourages people to make purchases. Think about loyalty programs. Airlines and hotels offer points that you don't want to lose, so you keep using their services to maintain your status. How to outsmart it? Recognize that the fear of loss can cloud your judgment. Focus on the potential gains and long-term benefits instead of the immediate loss. The halo effect is when your overall impression of someone or something influences your perception of their other traits. How it works? If someone is attractive, you're more likely to assume they're kind, smart, or trustworthy. The same effect applies to brands. If you have a positive impression of a brand, you'll assume all their products are high quality. Think about celebrity endorsements. When a famous person promotes a product, people are more likely to trust it because they associate the celebrity's positive traits with the product. How to outsmart it? Evaluate people and products based on their actual qualities, not just your initial impressions.